guys, welcome back. I'm Jem, this is my creative space. Hey look, I just thought I'd jump on really quickly today and just share with you some of the things that I picked up recently in op shops or thrift stores or charity shops, depending where you are, depends what you call them. Now if you've watched any of my videos recently, you'll know Mr. Jem and I have just been on holiday, and part of that holiday we were in our caravan in New Zealand, which is where we live. And one of the things we do when we're on holiday is we will visit op shops in different towns. We have different interests and different things that we're looking for, but we both enjoy a good bit of a mosey around an op shop. So I was going to put all my stuff away today that I bought whilst we were away, and I just thought I'd jump on quickly and show you and talk a little bit about what I might look for when I'm in an op shop. And I want to show you this to start with so I can get it out the way. Now this is huge. These are A3 size pieces of card. Now A3 is double A4, so A4 or letter size would be here, and you get two of them on this size card. Now this card, I would guess, let me take a piece out and show you. I would guess it's around 160 GSM, so it's not an ultra thick card. But let me just show you this. Now, can you see how much is here? If I put my hand there, you will be able to see how much is there. Look at that. There's this massive stack. I tell you what, this weighs several kilos. And we ended up carrying it quite a long way to our car when we bought this, and sort of taking it in turns with this big bag. Anyway, I couldn't resist this. Look at all those lovely colours. There really is, you know, more there than I can use in a long time. So this was $15, which is a lot for me to spend in an op shop, but cardboard like this here is really expensive. Normally for $15 this size you'd probably only get half a dozen sheets, maybe a dozen if you were lucky. So this was an awesome find. The lady hadn't even got it to the shelf when I spotted it. So I picked this up quick. Now my daughter is a primary school teacher and has to create a lot of her own resources, so I am sure that some of this will end up being shared with her as well. So let's just move that out of the way. Oh gosh, I can talk about some of the other things I found. Now, what do I look for in op shops? Well, I will look for things, two sorts of things. Generally, what I call consumables, so paper that I can use, but more particularly I tend to look for tools, dies, things that can be used over and over again. But I did find, look at this. This is a curtain sample, and I always keep my eyes out for these. This was $1. At the back we have this great big piece. This is double, so this is probably a metre long. And it's sort of different on the back. So there's a big black piece, and then there's varying sizes of the other colours. But I thought even some of these smaller pieces, and you look, we can pull them like this to see what's there. There we go. So I have pieces that size. Now even that size is big enough to make a nice journal cover or something like that. Okay, and you know, you can always use pieces like this to stitch together and make like a patchworky type journal cover, or use them in collage or on journal cards. You know, there's limitless uses for them. Okay, so that was that, real bargain. So that is what I think of as another consumable. Again, this was just a random pack of paper, which I won't go through now, really, but I had a quick look through in the shop, and it's got some really pretty bits in. so that's just, and there's a couple of, oh, put that in there for safekeeping. I'll show you those in a minute. Yeah, so there's a couple of nice bits and pieces in there. It was $1. That's great. Right, let's see if I can find the rest of these, because these are interesting. A whole pile of stuff here. Where they've gone. Ah, I put them in here for safekeeping. Look at this. Now these, it's a stack of paper that's already cut out into letters and numbers, and I did have a sort through. Most of them are there, and I thought they were really useful. You can just peel them off and use them as you need them. I think that might actually be the M. There we go. So there's all sorts there, and as I say, they are all there. I did find, I think some of them are still in that bag where I'd tucked them to keep them safe whilst we were travelling. So another little score. Put those away before they go everywhere. All right. Oh, this was another couple of dollars. It's a lovely big paper resource, and it's got the little dots on. I think they're used for like bullet journaling. But again, really useful. Couple of dollars. Right, I'm just going to switch my light on. It's getting a little bit darker in here. Hopefully that's better. There we go. What else did I get? Oh, in terms of consumables, so stuff you're just going to use once. Look at these. I picked up this. It's a pack of notelets, actually. So we've got a great pile of envelopes here, and these are really nice quality envelopes. They're cream, they're lovely and thick. And then we've got these notelet cards. Now there's 4 different designs in here. 2, 3 and 4. And they're double-sided front and back. They've got nothing inside. The only thing they've got is a little printing there with the maker's name on. And I thought actually that can really easily be covered up. These I thought would make amazing journaling cards, pockets. You could cut them and just use part of them, or you could use the whole thing for quite a big one. You could add to them, but I thought they were just too good to miss. A couple of them have got "just for you" written on them. If I don't want that on there, I can cover that up when I use them. So they were just too good to resist. Alright, I think I have one more consumable thing, and this was a freebie. It's a very, very old book. It is falling to pieces, literally. It says, what is it? Lyric Tunes, maybe? Or Lyric, here we go. Lyric Gems of Scotland. Now, I've been unable to find a date on it. I'm picking it's from the 1800s. I'm always a little bit reluctant to take books like this apart when they're that old, but in all honesty, you can see that this has really, really had it. But what this does have in is some beautiful music paper, which we can use, and the 2 covers, which, as I say, are virtually detached already, are a really nice board, and they will make fabulous journal covers. Alright, so that's going to be repurposed. That was going to be thrown away had I not picked it up, so I don't feel guilty about taking that to pieces. It is, as you can see, dropping bits everywhere. Alright, what else? Oh, I picked up a very random, a very random piece of net, pretty net, really useful. And this, look at this, this was $1. It's this great big roll of sort of a coffee coloured lace. Now look at that, isn't that going to be fabulous in vintage journals and things? You know, I've seen some things recently where you make a frame, put the lace behind it and use it as a pocket. I thought that would be great. So lots and lots of uses for that. Now what else? I think other things, because the other thing I do look for and I do keep my eyes out for quite strongly is die cuts and things that I can use again and again. And I came across quite a few dies this time. This one, now looking at the back of this, I think this may have come free with a magazine. I don't know whether can you see that there? This, so you've got 3 different dies here for the rose, and you cut them out of 3 different shades, and then you layer them up, and it creates something like this. And you've got the same with leaves. You've got 2. You cut a base one and the top one, and you layer them up again. And I thought that would be really interesting to play with. Now the other things I picked up, do you know, I hit an op shop just at the right time. I think someone had a clear out of all their craft stuff. Now these are metal dies for scalloping the edge of pages. This one, and I haven't had time to run these through my machine yet. This one I think makes quite a cute little handbag type box. So I'll be playing with those in the next few days, hopefully. I say hopefully, I've got a few things on at the moment. Life is a little bit hectic. This one I'm pretty sure cuts out a lattice pattern, great for backgrounds. And this one, I've looked this up on using Google Lens, and this can be used to make treat bags, or if you just use the top, it makes like a topper for a plastic bag. But I have a number, my brain is sort of coming up with a number of ideas with this one. So again, I'll be playing with that and hopefully be able to show you what all those do over the next little while. So let's put those to the side. Now, I also picked up this one. Now this is a Tim Holtz die. And it wasn't until after I bought it that I realised that actually my machine is not quite this long. It's not this long. My plates are not this long. So I'm going to have to play with this and see if I can make it work. But this has, if you can see that there, this has this piece on it, and it cuts out a piece of card like this and scores it so that you can fold it like that, and then you flatten it out into a ring, add the little circle bit, and you make these, which I thought, weren't they cool? So again, I'm going to have to play with that one and see if I can get it to work with my Cattlebug, which is only alright. So for the last few things that I bought, we're going back to consumables again. Now when I'm looking at things like this, I try to stick to things that don't have a specific theme but could be used in a wide variety of journals or of projects that I might be doing. So things like the Scrabble letters, and also picked up some more letters here. This time these are wooden, and they've got tiny little holes in them so you can attach them. So again, you know, multi-purpose. So that's what I tend to look for. And these little metal tags, they've got days of the week and months of the year, holidays, there's some jump rings and some brads. So again, useful with any kind of theme. Same with the beads. I thought they would be useful for dangles, things like that. Some brown ribbon. Now I often keep my eyes out for ribbon and lace in the op shops because they're expensive to buy new, and certainly brown, cream, they go with everything. I do quite a lot of vintage or Victoriana type things, so brown and cream are always useful. Same with these letters. These are rub-ons. There's 2 pages. They've come from Creative Memories. These were $1. There's about 2 missing from them. So again, wonderful use. Lots of ideas for those. a little ink pad. I don't think it's archival quality, but it's all still sealed. And again, always useful. I'll just show you this little thing. I found this rooting around in the jewellery, because that's the other area I will always have a look in op shops, is have a look at the jewellery section. Are there necklaces that you can take apart for the beads or the jewels that are on them? Because that's often a cheap way of buying them. Now this is an earring. Can you see that? But it was a single one. There wasn't a pair to it. And actually the lovely lady in the op shop just threw it in with what else I was buying. Didn't charge me for it. I thought this would be great on the front of a journal or on a page. I can poke that through like I would a brad and bend it over. So a little bit of bling there. Now last but not least in my op shop hauls was this. It was in this packet. It comes from a company called Chaology. It's quite very sturdy cardboard, and it has two pieces to it. It's like this slider goes back and forth, and as you pull it back and forth, it reveals different apertures underneath where you can put photos, pictures, etc. Now I did hum and ha about buying this. It's a little bit big for the journals that I usually make, but what I wanted to do was to use it as a template and make smaller ones. So that's the other thing I'll look out for, is things that I can use as ideas, you know, to generate ideas and new interactive pieces for my journals. Okay, now just a couple more things I want to show you, because we also went to a shop, it's called Pete's Emporium. Pete's Emporium sell just about everything, and you know, I've heard other people talk, other creators talk about this problem in New Zealand and Australia. We don't have access to a massive range of shops that you may do if you were somewhere like the States, and so if you're in a different town, it's always worth checking out kind of $2 shops or emporium type shops that sell all sorts of things. Anyway, I should just show you the things I managed to pick up. This is double-sided tape, but look, it's really wide, and a cheap price. I thought that might be fun to play with. I found some little net with some little fabric roses on. Again, they were in the reduced bin. Some copper leaf. I've got some silver leaf, which I've played with in the past on my gel plate. The copper I thought would be a nice addition. Couple of little packs of small canvases. I want to get back into doing some mixed media work, and I want to do some small ones. So you'll see those in the next little while, hopefully. I found these. Do you know, I love butterflies, and they were just too nice to resist. Look at those. And this one has a more mixed colours in here. I think there's some dragonflies in there as well. So they'll be popping up in my journals. And last but not least, I managed to pick up this pack of self-adhesive labels. Now this is the size of the labels. They are A4 size. And you're going, well, that's a bit odd, Jem. Why would you want them? I was watching a video the other day. I can't think who it was now. When I use these, I'll link the video I saw below. But people were using these to print onto fabric. So sticking these onto the fabric and printing onto the fabric. So that's something, another little project I want to have a go at. So there you go, guys. That's my haul from my holiday. It's funny what we do on our holidays, isn't it? So you will see some of these things coming into play over the next few weeks. If you watched my interactive video at the weekend, you will know that I'm struggling for time a little bit at the moment, and I just popped on to do this video really quickly as I was putting these things away. But for the next few weeks there may only be one video a week from me, and that will be at the weekends, and that will be the interactive journal elements video. So do join me for that. Hopefully by the time we hit September, I will have a bit more time and we'll be able to do a few more things with you. But for now, stay safe, happy crafting, ka kite anō.